No, you're fabulous.
Yeah, right.
We're just really happy that you're here.
Well, it's good fun for the thing we're doing, isn't it? So, so I assume this is a visual one as opposed to a.
You're fabulous. Honestly, don't worry. Just so you know, we're in one of the little artist studios next to Coast Café, and they've given us a little office here, and we support our local artist community.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
So this is what's your? Is it about things that are happening in Worthing? Or
yeah.
So that's what you do. There's no other.
Yeah.
Brief.
Well, I am like.
1 second. I'm just going to get my cat off something.
Yeah. Oh.
You go there.
I love cats.
Right.
Yeah. So basically, I come from an artistic background many years ago, and I changed my career. I'm a property investor, but I am different from most in that I've got a big heart, I hope, and a social mind. And and so that's why we're supporting our artist community. Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, I'm happy to talk. Just go wherever you want to go. I'm sort of, yeah.
Wonderful. I'm going to do a little intro, Steve, if that's all right.
Perfect.
Are you in Bristol, Steve?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Love Bristol. Okay. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to an evening session here at What the Hut. My name is Tabs Wady, and I am a big-hearted, socially minded property investor from, well, not so sunny Worthing tonight. And I love my town, and I love talking with interesting people. So tonight, a national treasure has washed up on our shores. I'm joined by a man who dominated the snooker world through the 80s, winning 6 world championships, and then surprised us all with a complete reinvention from green bays to the decks. He's now a fixture in the experimental electronic scene, performing at festivals, digging into modular synths, and building a whole new reputation. It's Steve Davis. Steve, welcome.
Thank you, Tabitha. Thank you very much. I'm not too sure what I'm proudest of. I think I'm proud. I'm the most proud to be the most interesting person in the UK because it's been it's documented on Spitting Image. So nobody can take that away from me. I'm hanging on to the fact that they thought I was interesting and not boring. But of course, there is no smoke without fire.
I'm really stoked that you're going to come and play here at Coast Café on, I think it's Saturday, the 4th of October.
Yeah.
At 8 o'clock. We're all going to come down, Steve.
Oh, great. Well, listen, I mean, we have a bit of fun. I DJ with a friend of mine who's a great musician. He plays in gong and he's been in loads of bands. We met via a radio show and he became a sort of co-presenter with me on a radio show. And we've been on a journey down the musical world that I never would have thought existed. Mm. He's great fun. We have a great laugh when we DJ. All I can say is that it's not your normal DJ set. We're not wedding DJs. We're divorce DJs. we try and go all across the board, and we try to play music people have never heard before, and hopefully get them to dance if they want to. And getting people to dance to music they've never heard before is quite tough. But if you can do it, you feel like you've helped support a few artists who don't get some recognition. And also, hopefully, people go away and say, well, that was an unusual night.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a good crowd down here.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, it's quite nice. 1 second, I do apologise.
Yeah.
He's running riot on my record collection. 1 second. This
Yeah,
is
yeah, of course.
she's okay. It's all right. Yeah. So
Steve,
yeah.
when you tell people that you've gone from like snooker to being a DJ, what's their first reaction?
Well, it had initially when I retired in 2016, it got a bit of coverage. It got a little bit of publicity because it was an unusual thing. So there are some people that know that, but obviously, it's a big world out there. So some people just sort of, are unaware. So it's a bit of a shock. I think the most fun reaction I get is from fellow snooker players or ex snooker players, in as much as I think they think I've just lost the plot, and they don't really get it. And the Venn diagram of music and snooker isn't really that crossover. I think maybe if you're going to be good at something, that's really like, snookery, that type, really into it, maybe there's not enough time in your life for music. So maybe I was a little bit different, but most snooker players are not. I don't feel like music's really the center of their life. Obviously, snooker is. And even if they retire, they might take up golf or something. But the road I've gone down, I think they just think I've just become, a bit weird. But it's really nice when, by the end of a night, when you're DJing, somebody comes up and says, that was enjoyable. Yeah, it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. It was unusual enough that it wasn't just going through the motions. You weren't there just trying to be a DJ just for the sake of that. It was about the music, and that's what it's all about.
Because I guess snooker is all about precision and patience and concentration, whereas DJing, it's all about sort of connection and energy and rhythm. Do you see any unexpected similarities between the two?
I've not really seen any.
Yeah.
So obviously, when you're DJing in front of people, you're supposed to be a bit more, you put on a performance. But fortunately, my mate does that. Kavus, he's like he just loves. He's a front man in Gong, a band, and many other bands. He's not shy, and he allows me to just play the music and just have a little dance behind us whilst he's jumping off the rafters and everything. So he helps me out in that department. So the only thing would be, if you're trying to put a performance on, but when you're talking about competitive snooker, you really are. It's about getting over the line and winning. It's not about being a showman, even though there are some that seem to do that. But really, it's about trying to win. So the two really don't mix at all. And you're right. It's about precision. It's about repetition. It's about trying to be as mechanical as you possibly can be on the table, to try and wipe your emotions from the equation, just so you can operate to the highest level in being mechanically sound. And then when it comes to DJing of the type that we do, we're not really DJs where we're mixing anything. There's no sort of skill. We're not trying to beat match or anything like that. We just choose a track and go, I know what will go next. Yeah, we'll play that one. So it's much more of an emotional experience of the journey of the night. And there is a journey in a snooker match where you are emotionally up and down like a yo-yo, winning the frame, losing the frame, missing a shot, the shock of missing a shot, the elation of getting a great shot, the crowd. So there is an emotion, but you sort of suppress it. Whereas on a DJ night, you're just having a party along with everybody else. And it's just, I don't think I could have ever believed it was going to happen. But I feel very blessed and lucky that the second thing that's a bit of a passion in my life has turned into not a profession, but a journey that has been so much fun. So hopefully everybody has a good night. We try and put a smile on everybody's faces. The music we play is, it's not hard, it's not hurtful, but it's people haven't heard it before, most of it.
Definitely. When I listen to your music, it makes me feel like Alice in Wonderland, that it takes me on a journey down the rabbit hole.
All right.
And I like that. I like that.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, we resist the temptation to play our own music in our band when we play DJ. We just play other people's music, but we have once or twice. But there's enough out there. We don't need to force that down anybody's throat. But yeah, so the actual making music in a band is another. That's just my life gone bizarre.
Yeah.
That's just another world that I stumbled upon. Um, Something called a modular
Mhm.
synthesizer without a keyboard,
Yeah.
just patch wires, and that's how it all interacts with each other. When I saw it and thought, oh, well, there's no keyboard. Oh, I don't need to be learning 10,000 hours of
Mhm.
finger. I don't need to learn
Mhm.
to play the piano to play it.
Mhm.
I thought, oh, that might be fun. And it's taken me down a rabbit hole that I never knew
Yeah.
would have existed. And now apparently I'm a musician. Who'd have thought that?
Hey.
Snooker Loopy's gone. It's moved on.
Ah, did you find that your passion for music came about, like you could release your sort of creative side when you retired, or was it kind of seeping in before you retired?
Yeah, it was seeping in a bit because I was doing a radio show for a number of years on a community radio station. So it was a passion, the
Mm,
hobby of collecting music, and we all like to play music we like to other people. That's sort of like it's built in, isn't it? Doing mixtapes for people. Um, So ever since the start of being somebody who was able to have some pocket money to buy records, I've always bought. It's been part of my life. But the hobby's quite. What I like about the hobby was it never really interfered with playing snooker. It wasn't another skill hobby. It was just buying records, listening to them. It was the
mm,
other side of the coin. So it never got in the way of playing snooker.
mm,
But then obviously once I stopped and retired, I had more time to investigate. Then maybe it's sort of
mm.
it's revved up. But to be quite honest, there was no plan to be DJing.
Yeah.
We were doing a radio show. We got asked to DJ in a pub, free beer, can't go wrong. And then all of a sudden somebody came along and watched and then went, do you want to play at a festival, an electronic music festival? We went, well, we don't play electronic music. They went, doesn't matter. We want you to sort of play in the bar area as a foil to all of the electronic artists. So we did that. And then BBC iPlayer did a documentary on it. And the next minute the phone rang and it was Glastonbury. And they went,
Amazing.
we want you to what? So our second ever official gig was at Glastonbury. It was like, there was no plan, but go with the flow, say yes to things,
Mhm.
put yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone. You never know what's going to happen.
Truth, truth. Do you enjoy the fact that people come expecting ABBA and then leave hearing like modular synth?
Well, sometimes we do play ABBA. We try and play everything, but we,
Nice.
we we try to sort of play a mixture of stuff, so we don't stay in any one genre. But it's about I wouldn't say it's about shocking anybody. It's just about sort of I think the best thing is when somebody doesn't know a track and they come up and they want to know what it is.
Mm,
That's
mm,
fantastic. And that does when that happens, you feel like your work here is done. You sort of like, yeah, okay, so you didn't know that band, now you know them, go and investigate. We're not trying, we don't try, saying we know, it's just about, yeah, we like this band, hope you do too. And so that part of it is the joy, I think, more so than anything else. And the other danger is you just got to make sure you don't party as hard as some of them,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're not operating heavy machinery, but you've got to remember to press play every now and again, and hopefully not take the one off that's playing, which can happen. But we're not professional DJs. We just found the headphones.
Good on you, good on you. Who are some of the artists and some of the labels that are shaping your sets?
um, well, the thing is, we there is no one style.
Mm,
We try to sort of like I wouldn't say take people on a worldwide journey, but initially one of the first gigs we did was this festival that was an electronic music festival. It got a bit of publicity, and everybody naturally assumed that being a DJ meant that you're a techno DJ.
mm,
For some reason, I don't know. So anybody that thinks it's going to be a whole set of techno could be, sorely, upset by the fact it's not. We might play a couple of tracks of that style, but it's about trying to sort of not get into a rut of any one style. But yeah, you're as likely to hear like, Talking Heads, as you are the Beatles, as you are some weird African artist. And I think that's the fun of it, of not really tying yourself down and challenging how you can go from one genre to another, not seamlessly, but still keep people interested.
I guess you're taking people on more of a journey as well.
Try to.
Yeah.
But but we have, it can successfully fail. It can go wrong. We've cleared tents before. We did work out that festivals are they're a little bit of a minefield. Or people go to festivals sometimes just because of the event. They may not be so bothered about the music as much as going to the event, or they may be just going there for one band. And sometimes we try to sort of do this at a festival, it's just fell flat on its face because different type of crowd. And we worked out that the more glitter there is at a festival, the worse we go down.
Really?
We don't do well when there's glitter around, right? I'm not saying, if you want to wear glitter for the night, but generally that sort of is a sign that we're not going to do very well. But in a smaller music club, that's a really nice atmosphere because people come along because they're interested in music more. It's not about,
I get that completely.
Yeah. So we feel that we do better in the smaller, like outlying places where there's a music scene. And of course on the South Coast there is. We got, I think we're in the Piper in the day before in St Leonard's, a great music venue, and I assume the same is, Coast Café is the same. It's like these places are, and by the end of the night you've made loads of friends, and everybody, and hopefully everybody has a nice night. And
absolutely.
And that is, what a buzz. What an absolute buzz. And that is where I feel very honoured that another thing that I've enjoyed is sort of I've been able to turn my hand to having being part of the night to make it work.
That's like leading a happy life, eh? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing what you love, your passion.
I mean, who could have foreseen that back in the 60s, early 70s, that snooker was going to be a BBC prime time sport. So when I fell in love with snooker, it was not there was a TV program called Pot Black. It was a one frame a week that was on television, like a series. But then by the time the 80s hit, BBC had decided that snooker could fill loads of hours, show off colour television, because that was how it originally started. People started to like it, got hooked on it. And I was in the right place at the right time, that actually I was then one of the big players in it. But that's not what I got involved for. I got involved because I fell in love with snooker. And then the next minute it's on telly. And then the next minute you're well known. And then you've got to deal with all that shit. It's great.
Yeah. Did you ever fall out of love with snooker?
It got harder towards the end because you get used to you start off, everything's right, it's easy, and you win all the time. Not everybody, but I did. And then somewhere down the line, the circle of life, other players come along and you're getting older, and then it's not so nice when you're losing. It's still a great game, but the winning part is part of it. That's why you enter the tournaments. The game itself you can still love, but somewhere down the line your enthusiasm levels start to sort of wane a bit, that you keep on getting beaten up all the time. In the end you can learn to sort of go, I'm not really enjoying it as much. So towards the end of that is the time when you have to sort of really dig deep and try and sort of go, okay, so it's not like it used to be, but I can still enjoy the occasional win. But when I retired, it did feel like a sort of a weight off my shoulders. And
did you? Oh, sorry, Steve.
Oh, no, it's okay. No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Did you need time? Did it take a while after you retired? I know you were still commentating, but did you have like recovery time where you had a kind of like a shift and
No, no, because I did it for the last 2 or 3 years. I think I did it because it was for my father a bit because he was in ill health, and I was trying to
Mm.
still play just in case I got the telly so he could watch it from home. And then
Oh,
when he died, and he passed away, and I went, oh, I can retire now.
mm.
So I think I'd wrung it to death, a bit.
Yeah.
So when it happened, I didn't miss it at all, and I get my fix when I work for BBC and do a bit of commentating, and I
Mm.
see other players going through the same problems of knowing, how to sort of untangle themselves from the game as they get older. And
Mm.
we've got great players. Ronnie O'Sullivan, Mark Williams, John Higgins are now playing great snooker, still into their 50s. But
Mm.
somewhere down the line, even these three great players are going to have
Mm.
to sort of somehow work out how and when to stop.
Yeah.
And sort of like quite an interesting challenge. But some people do it easier than others, but each one I think is a different process.
Yeah.
Um, and it's down to the individual. And it's good that they then maybe are lucky enough that they've got other things that they can take up an interest in. Because the
Mm.
worry is for anybody in sport, where usually, I mean, snooker's okay because it goes, go on for quite a lot longer. But a lot of
Mm.
sports people have to retire pretty early, and then they've got to have something
Yeah.
to replace this with.
Mm.
Otherwise, there can be a sort of this what you're talking about, this sort of problem of coming to terms with nowhere near the adrenaline buzz in your life, and that
Yeah.
all of a sudden you've got no reason to wake up to whatever it is. So that part can be difficult. So, but yeah, by the time I retired, I was well past my sell by date.
Do you think that sport and music can scratch the same itch? That sense of performance, sort of concentration, expression.
Well, the one thing that has happened to me because I've been involved in making music in a band,
Mm.
and that wasn't a plan; it just happened. And then when we decided we were going to make an album, and then we went along to try and see if a record label would agree to put it out. And then Rocket Recordings, based in Bristol, did. And then we shook hands on it. And then all of a sudden, Chris Reader from Rocket Recordings went, "And you will be touring, won't you, with the band when the album comes out?" And my two friends in the band, Kavus Torabi and Mike York, went, "Yeah, of course we will. They're proper musicians, And all of a sudden, I thought, what? Oh no! This means I've got to go on a stage and play music. So all of a sudden, after getting rid of the snooker world where I was getting nervous before every match and
Mm.
all of the butterflies in the stomach,
Mm.
that's finished. I thought, it's all finished now. Fantastic. Next minute, I've got to go on a stage and play music live.
Mm.
What I've done, out the frying pan into the fire.
Mm.
So I didn't do myself any favors there, but that is replication of the
Mm.
adrenaline buzz.
Mm.
The actual DJ night's just a party, and listening
Nice.
to music is just a party. That's party. As long as even if you press the wrong button, so what? But competitive snooker and going on a stage,
Mm.
they're linked. They're
Yeah.
the ones where you really get the dressing room butterflies are horrible.
Which is worse, going out in front of
Oh
Crucible? I can't imagine because you were a
yeah.
sea of calm, it seemed, and yet then going out into a festival crowd.
Um, so they are very linked. The so if you play at the Crucible Theatre of the World Championship, the first round is the one where you get the most butterflies.
Right.
If you get through that round, then you're sort of off and running. The second round is a bit more, you're used to it, your body's used to it, you do it. And then by the end, if you go the distance in the World Championship or in any big event, after a while, it's sort of business as usual. And every
Mm.
day becomes a little bit more, you still get nervous, but
Mm.
you're getting in the zone and you're obviously playing well. So you're getting more confident and you're enjoying it more.
Yeah.
The same would apply to a tour if you were a band in a band. The first night of the tour is the worst one. By the end of the tour, you're in the zone. But it's the initial first one. If you go
Mm.
to the dentist for a whole week, or say you had some major surgery done every day, day one you're feeling it.
Mm.
Day six, you just here's another day here.
Yeah. Yeah. I did you ever take it home with you though, Steve? Because
Oh yeah,
yeah, like if you, I come from an acting background, and I used to find so many years ago, but I used to find when I was performing in plays that I'd go home or back to the digs after we'd done a performance, and I would take it too seriously. I would
yeah,
fret over my performance. I wouldn't sleep. I couldn't concentrate. I really struggled to like have a family and act.
yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Um,
I think that's sort of you like it helps. It helps if you're a very selfish person if you're going to be involved in that world. But of
mm,
course, other things get in the way of being selfish.
true.
But but it's it is the ideal loner's world if you're going to become good at something. But of
Mm,
course, lots of people have a family behind them that help out. But I think that's tough on the family because
mm,
you're an emotional roller coaster.
mm,
You're always beating yourself up. You're
mm.
rarely happy
Yeah,
with what you've done. It's mainly criticism of yourself.
true.
So you're forever uh, when you come off, when you come back from an event, whatever it might be, you're not happy. You're not good to be around until you sort of unraveled it. And then the next phase of that is there's another one around the corner that you're getting prepared for. So you go into another zone. So I think it's a very weird life. I would imagine being involved with somebody who's in the entertainment performance world. I think it's tough on the partners.
Mm,
It's tough on the families. I don't think you're really a good. Well, yeah, I mean everybody's different,
true.
but I don't particularly think I was a particularly good father. I
Mm,
was never there a lot of the time. I wasn't a
mm,
normal father, but so so be it. That was how it was.
yeah,
Um, but I think I don't think it can be any other way, uh,
true.
uh, unless you're going to be doing it half-heartedly, which was never the case for me. And I don't know how well, if you could do it half-heartedly and still be good, wow.
Mm,
That would be incredible. And
mm,
I do spot other snooker players around on the circuit, and I think, wow, you seem to be you are not beating yourself up as much as I did. It doesn't look like you're beating yourself up as much as I did. If you can
mm.
successfully be normal away from the snooker table, but then be what you are, the animal you are on the snooker table, that is amazing because I couldn't do that.
Is that the
So
difference between good and great?
yeah, I mean, but then, it's a big world out there. So I don't know a Roger Federer or a Tiger Woods or a Ronnie O'Sullivan and Mark Williams in snooker. They all are different people. It's not one type of character. There's a mixture of people, and in the acting world, I'm sure as well. But it's just a case of um, if you're able to spin those plates, and be good in all departments, you're more special than just being a world champion
Mm.
because it's hard enough being a world champion without being a good parent. I mean, that's even harder.
Can I ask you if you had to choose between one last frame at the Crucible or one last set, uh, Glastonbury maybe? Which one would you pick and why?
Oh, that's oh no, I can't. They're two different animals, aren't they? Okay, so snooker's in my blood. It's
Mm,
so I would be. I think I would be lying if I said it wasn't. It was the music thing. Yeah, the music
mm,
is amazing, but I think I'd have to say that snooker. Yeah, if I was able to play great again for 2 weeks and could end up playing in the World Championship and getting to the final, I think I'd probably have to go. Yeah, go on then. I'll have that again because it's a buzz.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't miss it. So it's not. I'm not. I don't need it at all. I think Stephen Hendry misses it a bit more. When we talk privately during the World Championships, he sort of still goes, "Oh, I'd like to be out here in the table," and I go, "Oh, no, I'm not. I don't. I feel that's past now." But I also, on occasions when we played in the band and occasionally a little bit of magic's happened, it's quite amazing. So
Yeah.
that's special as well. But a DJ night, I'm having a lot more parties now than I did when in my 20s. So I've sort of Benjamin Buttoned it. I've gone the I was pretty disciplined in my 20s. I'm a lot more relaxed now.
Fantastic, fantastic. Can I give you some quick fire questions,
Oh
Steve?
God. Oh, those ones. Oh,
Yeah, come on.
well, they're dangerous ones, but go on.
Very good. First record that you
No.
ever bought.
Say again.
First record that you ever bought.
Neil Young's Heart of Gold.
Favorite track to drop into a set.
Oh, Hez by Acid Arab.
Who would play you in a movie about your life?
Well, it's happened.
Who played you?
Oh,
I'm so
I'm
sorry.
having a mental blank on his name. Oh, it's in the Rack Pack.
Oh,
I have to look it up on the internet. Oh no, I know him. I know him. I know him.
I think Daniel Craig would play you really well.
Oh, we'll have
Best
to
gig you've ever played, Steve.
best
Best
gig.
gig.
The Oslo Hackney when we made Dreamsweeper, our second private release album that I played in. Yeah.
Wow. Tea or beer before a set?
Beer.
Tea or lager? Or
Beer.
Beer. Always. If you could keep only one, your vinyl collection or snooker cue?
Vinyl collection.
Well done.
But my snooker cue is like, yeah, well, it's retired. She sits, I don't know if it's a she or a he, we don't know. I've never asked. Sits in the corner, never complains, no woodworm, and doesn't worry that they're never out the box. I don't know, but it's only a lump of wood. But it was a lovely lump of wood. We went on a journey, so but it's still my record. It's my record collection.
I know you're going on a tour now.
Yeah.
And as we said, you're coming here to sunny Worthing on the 4th of October, 8 p.m. Coast Café. We're all going to come down and fangirl and boy you. Are you doing any festivals next year? Have you planned that far ahead?
No, you don't plan. The festivals don't plan that far ahead. We are doing a tour with our band's playing down in on the south coast in October, and I'm trying to think now. We're playing in we're in Tunbridge Wells, I know for sure. Margate, I know they're not close, but we're down on. We've got a couple of nights on the south coast somewhere, playing a band rather than DJing.
Nice.
In October, the Utopia Strong is the name of the band.
Utopia Strong.
Yeah, the Utopia Strong.
Shepherdess.
Shepherdess. What a track.
Love that track.
Do you? Oh.
Yeah.
We'll have a big hug.
I love the Islanders.
Oh. We'll have a big hug.
We'll have a big hug. You're going to get a big hug, Steve, on the 4th of October. I can't wait to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It'd be lovely. Well,
thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. We'll have a good laugh. We'll have a good night. We're very approachable, and we try to party along exactly the same speed as everybody else.
Nice. Well, we're
not even driving home. We're not even driving home, so we're people out of the
place. Steve,
pleasure. Thanks.
Nice to see you. Thanks for having us.
See you in a couple of weeks' time. Bye.
Yay, bye.